Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Playing Devil's Advocate. I am your host, Miss KiKi, the consummate provocateur, and we have a great show lined up for you guys. So after I do this light housekeeping, we are going to have 120 minutes of edutainment. I hope you understand what that means. That's 2 hours of entertainment and education. If you were here last week, you already know how it's going to go down. If you've listened to the show before, you know what the deal is. And if you are new and you are faint at heart, you might want to put your kids to bed and say a prayer, genuflect, do whatever it is that you need to do, burn a candle so you can make it through tonight's show. And I have apparently some special guests showing up that I have no idea who they are. And I have my crew ride with me, so let me take care of that. We are here each and every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, and 10 p.m. to you guys on the East Coast. And if you happen to miss a live broadcast, you can always go to the iTunes store and subscribe to our podcast. It's free of charge. Just type in Playing Devil's Advocate, and then while you're there in the iTunes store, type in my name, KiKi Richardson, and download yourself a copy of my book, The Other Woman Code of Conduct, What Every Other Woman Should Know and Men Too. Posters hanging up right behind me. Make sure you get it. It's not free. Holidays are coming. It's a good stocking stuffer. What they call it, a stocking stuffer. It's great for that. If you want to call in today, I'll give you the number in just a minute, so get your pen ready. If you want to tweet us, we are tweeting in real time. Follow us at PDA_Miss KiKi. That's PDA_MSKIKI. Or you can post our Facebook wall at facebook.com/Playing Devil's Advocate. Or, again, if it's more than 140 characters and you don't want everybody on Facebook to know your business, you can always give us a call here at 347-237-5271. Don't forget to press 1 so our producer knows that you're in the queue and you have something you would like to share with us. We don't care about your name. We just want to hear what you have to say. I think that's pretty much it. We had a great time celebrating number 3, our incredible invisible intern's birthday. If you haven't seen the video, shame on you. It's only a bits and pieces of what we did last week. But oh man, let me bring in my crew. And since it's going to be kind of a 50-50 thing tonight, we're going to go, since I'm a girl, we're going to go to a boy, then we're going to go to a girl, then we're going to go to a boy. So first up, he hails from my hometown. He holds down the Big Easy, but right now he's in the M-I, crooked letter, I, crooked letter, I, humpback, I. He in Mississippi filming a movie. He won the Jurors Award for his documentary, When the Bell Rings. He is a repeat offender. He's been bit by the bug. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Mr. Dino, the Lethal Warrior Wells. Hey, Dino. No, you didn't. I know you didn't. That's what you're not gonna do. All right, Daddy-o. How you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm just enjoying the scenery, nice cool weather here in Mississippi.
The nice cool weather.
Yeah, it's nice and cool. Plus the beautiful women, and the being around the set and everything else. I'm ready to get on the show and talk about the subject at hand.
All right. Well, I lied, y'all. I said I was going to do girl, boy, girl, boy. Well, I'm just going to sandwich the men in between and put the girls on the bookends. Ladies and gentlemen, he was here last week causing trouble. He's been here before. He's a friend of the show. He has a surprise for me. I don't know what it is, but if it goes bad, we're going to blame him. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show. He hails from my hometown of Chicago, but he's holding down the West Coast over there. Mr. Andre Lavelle, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, I think you have been bit by the bug too.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to say last week I was for condolences and so forth. I was in the bathroom at a hospital. That's how committed I to kicking it with you guys. But I'm on location today, and I'm looking forward to the show.
All right, baby. I can't see you right now. I wish I could, but for some reason they.
All right, and last but not least, she hails from my hometown, the Windy City. She is a fallen angel, and if you don't know why she fell, let's just she coined phrase is like movement for amateurs, and I hope you got your get out for free card. And I see why that's so appropriate for shows like today. And let's all it says, just for the record, I think sport is a nasty motherfucker. What you up to stuff? This sport
Uh-oh.
I don't make nothing go crazy. And last week we talked about the power of the P when it pertains to women, and that was pretty dang interesting. I have to say, in case you guys didn't know, we talked about a lot of things. We talked about vaginal tinting, vaginoplasty. We talked about the G shot.
we talked about
What makes a pretty PSS versus what makes a ugly one. And again, I still haven't got over. I go back and I listen to the show, guys. I don't know if you guys do, but I go back and I listen to the show. And I tell you, it was just as funny watching it, listening to it, and watching it last week as it was when it happened in real time. So if you guys didn't have anything that y'all want to chime in, that you forgot about last week, but I don't think we're going to have time because we're talking about the men's penis, and that makes me happy. Last week we mentioned penis, and I started having a heart attack. So I'm just saying, that's how it works out for me. I don't know how it works out for you. Tonight we're going to talk about some things like which does size matter, and which is better, length or girth. And we're going to talk about it if there's a recovery time in between when you guys have your orgasms and you do all of that stuff. And we're going to talk about circumcision, like our thoughts about circumcision. So I can't wait to get into that. So let's see here. Sporty.
Yeah.
Nick, give me something, because we're going to talk about some myths that about the male penis.
My reception is bad, man. I'm fading in and out because of reception.
That
I lost my call.
taller men have smaller penises, and that their shoe size coincides with their penis size. That's a lie. From the pits of hell, it's a lie. Taller men, big old things down between their legs. I mean, like tripods. I mean, they can be 5'11", almost 6 feet or whatever. But and wear like a size and shoe.
I have never met such a thing.
Girl, let me tell you.
Okay. You don't have to. You don't have to. Let's just see. Dino. Let's just see. We could do a poll. Hang on. Dino. I know, but I need to do a poll. Dino.
Yes.
Why you sound like you scared?
Well, I used to be in the insecure department when it came to that, but I'm listening.
Okay, my question is, what size shoe do you wear?
12.
Would it be commensurate with your penis size?
That's a super negative.
Okay, so super negative. Okay, that makes me
happy. Size 12 or is it? I look.
The way he said he had some insecurity issues and he said super negative, you need to be able to do some deductive reasoning.
Well, everybody not gonna be the reasoning. Some people want to know the plain truth. It's just precise. So,
It's it's minor,
Okay,
minimal.
thank you.
it
That's
doesn't
all we
mean
need to
I
know.
don't know if it's good or not. That doesn't mean anything like that.
Is this Andre calling us from this 818 number? Because we lost him earlier.
Oh no.
Okay, what? Well, that's okay because I
Hello?
wanted to ask him a question, but since he's only on the stream and I don't see his number in the queue, and somebody, one of you guys on the stream has your volume up because I'm getting notes about that. Y'all need to fix that. I'm going to tell you some things that I've heard about the myths and some things. I found out some pretty interesting things about the male penis. Doing my research for this show. I just want to say for the record, I found some really interesting things. One of them, of course, would...
Hello?
What?
Can you hear me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is Andre.
Sounds like Sandra.
No, I don't think so. But anyway, I don't know what she over there doing. I know she wasn't feeling well. She had an allergic reaction to some non-alcoholic beverage, and she ain't been 100% today. But let me tell you guys what I've learned about some little known facts about the penis, and we could talk about it. Did you know that there's like 7 calories in each teaspoon of semen?
Am I in the queue?
Interesting.
7 calories. And that's only a teaspoon. So typically, a man ejaculates about 2.5 milliliters of semen when he ejaculates. Why do I know this? None of your business. But I'm not very good at this numbers game when it comes. I'm artistic. I'm a creative brain. I don't know how many milliliters or how many teas would make up 2.5 milliliters. So I don't know exactly how many calories we would ingest. You, Sporty, since you always call them tasty treats. I don't know how many calories you would actually ingest in one session of a male ejaculate.
Well, I'm glad
But
we worked this out.
it's a benefit though, because you know the proteins in semen have an an anti-aging agent in it. So it's good for your skin as well. So if you're not into swallowing, ladies,
This is Andre.
you can use it for your skin. It's good for your skin. It's good for your hair, and it's actually full of calcium, so it's good for your teeth too.
I'm on the
4.9 milliliters.
Who said that?
Yes.
It's 4.9 milliliters in a teaspoon.
4.9 millimeters.
Yep.
Hello?
Okay.
I'm back.
Milliliters or milliliters? ML, right? Small m, small
yes.
m.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So again, there's 2.5 milliliters average in a male when he ejaculates. So y'all do the math. Anyway, it's not a lot of calories. Let's just say that. It's not a lot of calories. But yeah, so it has an anti-aging agent in it. So it's good for your skin. It's good for your hair. It's great for conditioner. I'm just saying, these are all things because of the protein and the calcium and all that other stuff. So it's good for your teeth. It's good for your hair. It's good for your skin. It's just good for you. Did you guys know those health benefits when it comes to your ejaculate?
I did.
But we have great hair. We have great skin, don't we? I mean, I see what I have, so works for me. If it ain't broke,
look at me. Look at me.
Right,
everybody
like,
keeps saying,
hello.
"Dang, your hair grow fast."
Ew, hell.
They're like, "Dang, KiKi, your hair grows so fast. It's so thick. What is that all about?"
But you do have sisters. But you do have sisters that don't like to have it in their face, don't like to swallow or on in their hair.
Okay.
Well, I don't necessarily want it on my face. That's why I digest it. So I work from the inside out.
Well, I don't care about that. It don't bother me. That shit don't bother me. It is what it is. If you gonna mess up my hair, that must mean that you gonna make sure it gets fixed. If you know what I mean? It's just like some things women y'all worry about way too much. But I'm not gonna get on there because I always say I pick on the ladies, so I'm not gonna pick on the ladies today. This is about the men. One thing I wanted to ask, and to give you guys some little tidbits of information about, what do you think is the natural recovery time in between ejaculations? Like, what would you say? I don't know if Andre's back on the line, if Chan had a chance to get him back on the line, but
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Dino, before we get to Dino, tell me what you think the average recovery time is.
I can go by with me. I say my time is 2 minutes, tops.
2 minutes.
Now, and I'm at 44.
Okay. What do you think, Andre?
Recovery time?
Yeah.
It depends on how much energy I exert into getting that first one. But I would say, 20, 30 minutes.
What they say, I don't know, I don't have opinions, but they say it can take anywhere between 1 minute and 1 hour for recovery time, and that can be affected by a couple of things. One, how old you are, how healthy you are, if you're a smoker, if you had any other health issues, those types of things can factor in to how quickly you re-up. Now, they say on average, and y'all will understand why I'm a self-proclaimed cougar. Well, actually, I didn't call myself that. Other people named me that. I just accepted it, whatever, right? But they say on average, guys in their 20s, it takes them no more than 10 minutes. No more than 10 minutes. So that's enough for you to go get some water and come back. Get yourself together, have a potty break, whatever, come back and take care of the business. So, yeah, ladies, minute to an hour. So,
Hello.
That's pretty good, I think.
It's how much you're turned on too as well, If you really turned on by the person you're with, the recovery time is impeccable. It's like that. Come right back real quick.
Okay. Cool. I've had some that it's taken a minute because they put in a lot of work ahead of time, and then there's some that was like, let's go, and I'm like, okay.
Yes.
The question should be the third recovery time. The third time is this: can you recover after the second time? That's the thing.
Well, I don't know. Can you?
Right.
That's gonna be about 10 minutes. That should be about 10 minutes right there. Give me about 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes. Give me a little bit.
10 minutes. What about you, Andre?
I think my man is using a pump or something. You recovering in 10 minutes after the third time? I'm just gonna keep you 100. Now I'm an Energizer Bunny. I can last and last, but after I bust, I'm done.
Keep it real, Andre. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Okay.
So what's your longevity, gentlemen?
Oh, the longevity, it really depends on the woman.
Exactly.
So what would you?
Now you know that this. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, KiKi.
I was like, well, you know that the scientists say.
Right.
What science says is that typically within 2 minutes, men are ready to bust.
Well, you're looking at scientific studies based on other folks, not us. So, maybe they do.
I don't know what other folks mean. I don't know what that is.
Caucasians, non-black, we are typically toxins. So 2 minutes, if you're a 2 minute shooter, I feel for you.
According to science, that's not true.
Usually in 2 minutes, if I'm about to, I fight it. You know, I'm not on the front. Yeah, in 2 minutes, I feel it's about to come because it's good, and if it's real good, I'm about to explode. But I fight it, and I let it last for another 10 minutes before I let it go. I have to fight it. It be at the cuffs, ready to go, but I gotta fight it every second.
So
I'm
about
fighting.
12 is when you let the first one off.
I haven't shot
Well,
that fast since high school. I'm sorry.
That's you. I mean, everybody is different.
Everybody.
Everybody's different. I mean, you know.
So what's okay,
So
guys? So what's your round two hang time, gentlemen?
Hang round two should be even more intense than round one because you got that
Agreed.
first one. You
exactly.
should, yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. What's your round two hang time average? What would you say?
Hmm. But
Well,
like once again, it depends on the woman. My round two is usually considerably longer than my round one, so I'd say 30 minutes.
that sounds about right. But that's with
well, what
foreplay added in and everything else.
Yeah.
foreplay for round two?
That's
Well,
added with everything. You know, with the penetration and all, foreplay and all that.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. This is a myth that I've heard, and I just want to see if this worked for you guys. Is it true that if you rub one out before you actually have sex, like not too long before you actually have sex, it you'll actually be in round two when you go in the last one
Yes,
off?
that's
oh
true.
yeah, yeah, I used to do that.
Yes, I usually would like if I want to have sex with a young lady, and I know I'm about to jack it off first, let it go, and then know now I'm about to get in there. I'm about to last good, nice little 30 minutes, real quick for you know. So she's like, oh, okay, he got some good thunder power. You know what I mean?
Thunder power. Okay, so that part is true.
Yep.
Well, yeah, when I was definitely, the older you get, the more experience you have. So when I was younger, I'd rub one out, but now, I value every nut.
You act like you never know when the last one gonna be. I mean, I understand.
No, well, for me, I believe, it's like Samson's hair. My semen is my strength, so I'm not gonna waste my strength.
So you keeping it to yourself,
No, I'm gonna share the love, baby.
but you have an infinite amount of it.
No, there's no infinite amount.
You got it, man. You can let it go. It's okay.
Right.
Don't be selfish.
I'm not
That's just
selfish.
plain out selfish.
I just would rather it be towards a purpose rather than, the palm of my hand or some tissue.
So do you practice? Do you do breathing exercises? Have you ever practiced tantric sex or the tantra so that you can learn how to recycle that orgasm before and let it builds and builds and builds before you actually bust?
Oh, I actually had orgasm without busting. And quite often, I don't necessarily have to bust to have the
Right.
sensation.
And I'm glad you said that because a lot of people do not know. So this is a nugget, ladies and gentlemen. If you did not know this, orgasms and ejaculation are not one and the same. A man can very easily have experienced an orgasm without actually ejaculating. So a lot of people think just because he got one off meant that you made him orgasm. That's not necessarily the case. So let's be clear that they are not of the same thing. They are two different experiences. They typically happen around the same time, but they don't necessarily have to go hand in hand. You don't have to have one in order to have the other, or one is the other. So let's just clarify that right now. I did find out after further research that, remember when we were talking about the 4 different types of orgasms that women can have, the multiple, the blended, the penetration, and then the yeah, so we talked about those.
Yeah.
I also found out that guys can actually have multiple orgasms. What When I say multiple, I don't mean like one and then have another one. I mean like the repeated with the consecutive ones, like women have had. they can actually do that. And it only about 15 to 20% of men can actually do it, but you can heighten your chances of being able to do it when you do things like what I was speaking about before, the tantric sex, in English, the tantric breathing exercises and things of that nature that can help you out. So you can try that and see what happens, because men have been doing it for thousands and thousands of years, but it's a little known fact. Not many people talk about the fact that you guys can do that, and I thought it was so unfair that we could and you couldn't. So I went to search a little bit more, and voila, I found that out for you guys. So since I taught women how to squirt, I gave y'all a little bit of information to go and find out how to do it. Can I do what?
Can you show us how to breathe? Can you give us a sample?
I can tell you how to breathe. I can't tell you how to breathe. Now, I might be able to help her. I done told y'all, I gave tutorials on the show before now. Y'all need to go back into the archives and just check them out. Go to the archives and check it out. We talked about saggy balls before, right? And on the show. I don't know how we ended up on saggy balls and teabagging and all that, but we talked about balls. And so testicles, did you know that one, well, I'm sure y'all probably know, but some people didn't notice that one actually hangs lower than the other one. And the reason, do y'all know the reason why one hangs lower than the other one?
Is it anything like the reason breasts hang lower than the other?
No, I don't know what you think that reason is.
Maybe one's fuller. I don't know. It's got more titty meat. I don't know.
So you got more nut meat? Okay. What the hell kind of shit is that?
So one cord is longer than the other cord? I don't know.
What about you, Dino? Do you know
one cord is longer than the other cord, maybe. I don't know.
Actually, it's a little bit more simplistic than that. It's because of your gait, your walk. So you guys aren't doing like, remember the little, y'all remember them little click-clack of balls that we used to do like this? And they used to go click-clack, 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 click-clack. So your balls ain't banging together, so they don't hit each other. So it kind of gives them, because you walk like this, so it gives them so that they don't rub up against each other and cause that friction.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is. It's really awesome.
So the older you get, what do you say about old dudes with them long nuts?
They need a nut lift. If we can go get vaginoplasty for for pelvic prolapse, there should be a testicle lift of some sort to get some of that extra skin from the saggy balls. Please, if you got SBS, that saggy ball syndrome, please find some surgeon to see if they will lift them suckers up.
I don't know how they kind of walk with stuff between their legs to begin with.
Well, that's why you're a girl. You got stuff between your legs too.
Yeah, but nothing hanging, so ew.
Well, if you had that pelvic prolapse, you probably would have something hanging between your legs. Hey, it's kind of real. It happens. It happens. Hey, this is one of my favorite topics. Because, well, I shouldn't say it's one of my favorite topics, but it comes up a lot on this show because it's something that I feel very strongly about. And I'm going to ask you guys some very personal questions. You can tell me to mind my own damn business, or you can disclose. You know how we roll here. Did your mama sharpen your pencils? What? Are you circumcised or not? And I'll start with you, Andre. You tell me about my own damn business? Or...
To find out by way of experience.
Circumcision, yeah, I'm cut.
Okay, your mama sharpened your pencil. Okay.
Well, not my mama personally, but yeah.
I'm not Jewish. Mine's a little story. I got circumcised when I was 9. I was 9 years old when I got circumcised. Yeah, I do. And it
was painful. I was 8 when I got circumcised.
Yeah, it was painful, and it was painful to pee. It had the stitches around the tip, around the head, around the shaft where the head starts, and the stitches around the edges around the head.
Yeah, man, I remember.
That shit did not feel good.
I actually tore my stitches.
It wasn't that long. I mean, the stitches were dissolved. No, it wasn't dissolved stitches at the time. It was I didn't have dissolved stitches. They had I don't remember that part of it, but I know it wasn't longer than a week. I can't remember. It wasn't longer than a week though, but it did hurt for the first few days.
Wow.
Yeah, I
No,
had
we
a,
had
a
to have
rubber
a.
glove with ice in it in the hospital.
We had gauze. They had gauze around it.
Well, actually,
He has a poem.
the circumcision is an unnecessary practice.
It's actually it's
Well,
not necessary.
Health and science. It's not necessary. Oh well.
Woody has a poem behind that shit. I read.
Once you have an erection, the skin pulls back anyway. Okay.
Uh, Sporty has a poem. Roses are red, violets are blue. If you are uncut, no Sporty for you. Proceed. Or you get nothing. It kills everything.
I would beg to differ because all you have to do is wash and clean yourself. But how is that any different than the vagina, which is internal as well? You all clean yourselves. If you have skin, you just have to clean yourself. It's cosmetic. That's it. It's cosmetic.
Here's the thing. It is different because our stuff is internal, right? It's internal. But the difference is because in anything, them is not washing it is not going to get away. I'm not saying that somebody with an uncircumcised penis is nasty. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I'm saying that according to science, they're more prone to have more difficulty fighting off those things because the antibodies haven't been built up because they haven't been exposed to certain bacteria that resides on the one that resides on the penis. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, anything like that. My internal organs, yes, mine is a self-cleaning oven. But yes, do I flush it out? Yeah, absolutely. Do I use extra stuff?
Do you
No.
know the origins of circumcision is based on religion and the Hebrew religion? That's
Exactly.
all. It started as a religious act of sacrifice. It has
I
nothing to
understand the
do with
origin.
it has
I
nothing to do
understand the
with
origin.
science and
They
whether
wouldn't
or
have
not
known
you're
that then
clean.
anyway, though. They wouldn't have known that then. I'm talking about what studies have shown as of today, as it, current day. You wouldn't have had the benefit of that study back when this came to be. So I'm just saying where it is right now. And they're even saying that some of them, there's one particular, and you guys can look it up a little bit later, but there's actually one antibody in particular that actually fights the HIV virus. And some of the men, they were saying over in Africa where they're really, really being bothered by it, if they haven't been circumcised, they've noticed that the numbers of those cases are rising as it pertains to the rise in HIV.
Excuse me.
So, go ahead.
Just like the gentleman said last week that they don't want a vagina that looks like chitterlings. I don't want a penis that looks like calamari. I'm just.
Well, actually, once the penis
I like to eat calamari,
I like.
but I just don't
Well,
want to see what it looks like one. That's all.
Well, once the penis
all right.
becomes erect, it's no longer a calamari. I mean,
But I still
it's
have to see it become erect. That's when, hang on. For those of you guys who just may be joining us, this is Playing Devil's Advocate. I am your host, Miss KiKi, the consummate provocateur, and we are talking about the sex talk, the power of the P. And today is part 2. We're talking about the men. Last week we talked about the women, and of course, there's always, different opinions on different sides, and everybody doesn't have to agree. We can all sing in harmony, even though we're singing in different keys. So it's all good. Yeah, I just personally, my personal thing, I prefer your pencil being sharpened. It's just a weird little thing I have. Y'all talked about y'all didn't want labias looking like chitlins. That's y'all personal thing.
That's what I
think
said.
an uncircumcised penis is ugly, and that was one of the questions we asked last week when we were talking about ladies. What you find, what do you think is a pretty, P and P essence versus not attractive, right? And for me, a uncircumcised one is not attractive. Will I fuck one? Absolutely. But again, like I said, don't sneak me out. Don't sneak it on me. Don't let me find out you ain't say shit and you trying to wave your wand, trying to get your knob polished, and I'm looking like, no. Let me see it afterwards. I'm like, right? I can't. You should be peeking out over me over the edge. I don't like it. Pineapples. All right. Anyway, that's just me. That's just me. I got my own little idiosyncrasies, guys. Shaved to unshaved. Do you prefer just trim, shave, whatever? Don't all answer at once.
Well,
Are you?
I stay bald, so I'm bald.
You stay bald, Andre?
I trim, but not necessarily bald. I just trim.
Yeah, they say when you remove the hair, it makes your penis look larger.
Haven't had any complaints.
I'm just saying what's been said. I'm just giving you the information as it comes in. I can say I prefer no body hair. So if he's shaved, if he's clean, we can have a party. I don't like to go through the forest to get to the tree. I'm just saying. That's just me. What about you, Sporty?
Yeah, I don't like any hair. I mean, as long as I don't have to use it for dental floss, I'm good. Just keep it manicured.
Do some manscaping.
Do some
I I'm not opposed. I mean, I just don't like it. My preference is bare.
Right. You don't have to be completely bald, but don't, you don't just, no jungle, please.
I'm not going to turn you away and tell you to get a wig on it. Nothing like that, but I prefer if it's smooth. All right. Speaking of smooth, we have a guest that's coming on, but we have to get the drink of the week done. And so it's going to get a little steamier because we're going to get a little bit more gutter because I got a bunch of questions that came in for you guys. And I also have some more interesting tidbits of information about the male penis as it pertains to masturbation, more about ejaculation, a whole bunch of things. So if you haven't had an opportunity to find out what our drink of the week is, you need to make sure that you go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/playing devil's advocate and make sure you check out the drink. I don't know what our producer was thinking about when she came up with this drink. I don't know. I don't know. She put a lot of thought into it, and I guess because she's a girl and she likes y'all, she put way more effort into y'all's drink of the week than she did on ours, the PS since last week. And this one is called Lucky Devil, and I'm gonna let her do it because I could, like I told you, she made this drink and she had an allergic reaction. So, Cousin Chan, can you tell them about your drink, the Lucky Devil?
How lucky are we going to be?
I don't know, because everything is going haywire over there. She probably drinking. You know she always drinking. And all the time. I don't know. My system just shut down on me, so I can't even do anything for you guys. So y'all just continue to talk amongst yourselves while we get this figured out over here. I really hate when that happens.
So we were talking about some.
Again,
That's what's going on today.
So what
what'd you
about
say, Dino?
hairy
Hang on,
balls?
Ew.
hairy balls.
Why
Mm-mm.
we gotta go
If I
there?
don't want a hairy penis, I damn sure don't want no hairy balls.
Oh, right. I just told you I don't want no damn dental floss. What's wrong with you?
That's ugly. That is ugly. Fellas, we don't like that.
Would you
Oh,
would you manicure guys' genitals?
yes, I
I
will.
have, and I will do it again.
Absolutely.
We can
Okay.
make it a
Right.
game. You do me, I do you.
Exactly.
Teamwork.
Teamwork
You
makes
know
the
what I'm
dream work.
saying?
That's what it's about. I like that sport.
That's what it is about, man. I got you, you got me.
Teamwork.
That's all that works. That's,
Happy
I ain't
problems.
selfish like that.
Absolutely. I'm with
Yeah, I
that.
mean, it's all about it. I don't like. I'm real funny acting when it comes to penises
Yeah.
and what they look like. Certain I don't like certain curvatures. Different curvatures make me uncomfortable looking at them. Certain the way certain heads or certain discolorations.
Oh my God.
Some of those things
Could-
they make me not so happy.
Kiki.
What are you talking about?
I'll be all
Huh?
tricolor. You can't have like 5 different shades to your stuff, and it's one thing to have a hook, but don't come out looking like Captain Hook. It's just like,
Ah! Speaking
ew.
of Captain Hook.
I can't.
Speaking of Captain Hook.
Can I do it?
I mean, you can curve up. You can curve upward because then it gives me, you can get better to my G spot.
Right.
Now, if you curving downward, I'm wondering why your shit is curving downward. And if you curving left or right, I know you're jacking off a little bit too much. So, speaking of jacking off and letting go of some fluid, it's time to go ahead and get that drink of the week. Tonight's drink of the week is Lucky Devil, and our producer's going to tell you all about it. Yep. Mm-mm. I, mm. First of all, that required way too much damn thinking. I don't know what the hell. Remember I told y'all she put a lot of effort into y'all goddamn drink. I don't know why the hell your drink came out so she put so much thought into it. I can't stand her punk ass for that. It's just not right. It's just not right. All right.
That's why she don't feel
Without further ado, let me bring my crew in. Would y'all drink that shit?
good. I don't even know what the hell she said.
I don't either. She knows me. I
That's why she
don't know.
don't
I don't
feel
understand.
good today. That's what's wrong with her.
Why you sound like Elmo right now? I don't understand.
She's
That's why
like,
she had
Yes. Okay. So without further ado, I would. What? Okay. All right.
But I'm gonna find out what it is because my producer won't even tell me. So, Andre, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go ahead and set up your friend, and we can roll from there.
Okay. Without further ado, I would not call him a little friend. Definitely, he's one of the biggest legends in the business. Definitely has a lot of input on this subject, and he's been waiting patiently to chime in. A great friend, part of the PCW crew, and starting December, we'll be doing Man Cave Sports, Man Cave, which he is the host, and I am the co-host. Give it up for the one, the only, the myth and legend, Mr. Lexington Steele.
That's,
I don't know about a myth.
What?
I'm very real, and I gotta say, anybody that needs to master the art of tantric, I get it, but typically most you'd rather just get good dick game going, and if you have good dick game, you don't need all the extras. If you notice, black men aren't primarily into the use of toys and other things, other additives to their sexuality, is because one of the things we learn as black men is dick game. And I'm sure that many of our black women will attest that tantric sex is not something that black men in general need to include in their repertoire. I speak that by way of experience and certainly otherwise.
Well, first, let me just say welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Great to be here.
Appreciate you for stopping by. Wasn't expecting this one, and I told Andre if he fucked up, I was gonna let his ass have it. So you saved his ass. Like, it's so funny. I'm gonna tell you something. It's so funny. We were talking, me and the producer, Cousin Chan. We were talking yesterday, and we were talking about the biggest penises, right?
Right.
And she's not a connoisseur of porn. However, I enjoy my adult entertainment every now and again. And I said to her, because we were talking about the guy who's on record for being at flaccid, he's like 9.5, but at full erection, he's like 13.5 inches, and he's like 5'9", just
right.
Totally cornball looking white dude, right? And then I was like, I wonder how big, and I was talking about you. I was like, I wonder how big it is. And just so random, talking about you. And then today, look at you. You right here on the show. So if you don't mind me asking, in a flaccid state, where are you standing?
Depending on a number of things, that could be anywhere from 4 inches to 6.5 flaccid.
Okay.
I'm more of a grower, not a shower, which means that I reach my maximum extension only when fully aroused. I don't walk around at my fighting weight, so to speak.
Absolutely. No, I'm very clear about the terminology, so I didn't know. No, I'm serious. That's what I do. So I'm not a professional on that end of the spectrum. I'm on the other end of the spectrum, but I'm very, very clear about the grower and the show versus the shower, because some people who are showers and then you like, that's it.
Also, the shoe thing. Don't let the shoe thing is really random. The size of a man's foot does not accurately indicate whether or not he's a large guy. There's guys with big feet and very small penises, and there's guys with small feet and very large apparatus. So it just depends.
Let me ask you this, since you told me at flaccid. No, since you told me at flaccid you were about 4.5, 5, which is actually average.
No, I said 4.5 to 6.5.
Oh, 4
I
to
said
6.
between
I'm sorry.
4 to 6.5. Yeah.
Okay, so at full, where are we?
11 inches
You hear me
long
say
and
we?
7 inches in diameter.
Okay. Let me put this in perspective for y'all in case you don't know. Hold on. For those of you got no, I'm about to show you a real arm. You see my damn arm right here? If you watching the stream, you can see my damn arm. And I don't have short arms. I have a ruler for y'all. See this? This is the ruler. That's 12 inches. This is 11 inches. I'm about to stand up, so don't nobody hurt yourself. I hope y'all not watching this on YouTube while y'all driving. But I'm gonna stand up, and I'm gonna show y'all in proximity to my torso. Hang on, I'm gonna show you in proportion to my torso, and I'm not a midget. I'm not a dwarf. I will show you in proportion to my torso how long 11 inches is, right? So here we go. I'm standing up so y'all can see. See this? From hip, look at that. That's 11 inches from where my finger is right here to right here. That's a lot of dick.
Yeah, but
And I done see.
no, there were two things. You mentioned there was a guy that measured 13 inches at full erection. He said he was a small guy, about 5'9". There's a guy by the name of Mandingo, who a brother in the industry, and he definitely, this is my dildo that you can buy in a store near you. So you can see, I'm not going to hold it up to my arm, but I just want to offer a proper assessment of what we're dealing with. I offer no exaggerations. But, and also it's a myth, black men don't own big dick. Black men do not own big dick. There are many different guys with many different distinctions with large size.
Absolutely. Here's the thing. What we need to be clear about is that even though I'm a black woman and most of our audience is black, we don't just cater to black people. There are a lot of people from a lot of different races that listen to this show, and I have dated outside my race. So I can say to you
I have too.
That I know there's a lot of stuff. I don't know what it is. I can tell you this. Scientists have said, and I'm just going to go by what the science says. The science says that those who are well endowed, it's just a natural, in whether it's male or female, are typically attracted to one another, right? So if you have a large penis, you're typically attracted to women who may have the larger parts that you find attractive. They have a large bra size or a large ass or whatever. You're attracted to that. And that's something that's physiological, and that's something that is innate. You don't even realize you're doing it. So I don't attract I can't even think of any small ones. I done had some big ones that didn't know what to do with it, but I haven't had any small ones that I was just like, what are you trying to do? Is that a little pencil? You trying to erase me? What is that? Right? Nothing like that. Like, oh, you po baby, go. Oh, that's so cute. No, I haven't had that. So typically, I'm not getting that dude. Whether he's white, whether he's black, I'm sure they are. I haven't run across them yet. Mm-hmm. But when I do, I will let y'all know. I will report back. We family. I don't hold no secrets here. Thank you. Let me ask you another question. Mm-hmm. How do you compartmentalize? And we're talking about penis. We're talking about the male pee, and yes, I'm familiar with Mandingo too. I told you, I don't know if you know this, but a couple of years ago, we've been on the air here 5 years. So a couple of years ago, we did an entire show on the adult entertainment industry, and we had Miss Auntie and KiKi, somebody else too, all on the show, right? And so we were asking them a lot of questions, but since we're talking about the male penis, and you are known for your member too, right. How do you compartmentalize sex with your work and sex in your personal?
Well, it's really easy. I mean, most men will attest that we have a very ease and grace with compartmentalizing sex versus love. And so taking that from that standpoint, since we can easily separate the two, doing it as a performance is just that. It's not only a job, but it's a performance. And essentially, people in the industry, or men in the industry, we consider ourselves pro athletes, and what we do is an athletic endeavor, and we are paid, so that therefore professional. it's like going to the arena or the football field or the baseball diamond to play the game that day. And it just so happens that what I do is sport fucking. And if I have a game that day, it's just that, and I have no problem, you know, compartmentalizing, separating the two, because the girls that I'm with are not with me because they necessarily like me. They're there because they're being compensated well in the creation of this commercial product.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't, you know, really include any elements of ego, which would lead me to believe that the girls are fucking me because, you know, they find me attractive. It's primarily because they're paid well. Now, when I do what I do at home in my personal life, or what have you, the woman is there because she wants to, and that goes a long way with me.
Okay, that's a good. But let me. Okay, I can see that. Sport fucking.
Right.
Hashtag sports fucking. I'm about to tweet that. Go ahead. And because what? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I'm just talking about sex itself. It don't have nothing to do with no damn camera. It should be a workout. It should not be a walk in the park. I mean, unless you like lazy fucks, I don't know. But that's just me. I can't speak for nobody else. Let me ask you this, and I don't know if Sporty watching or anything, but I do want to ask this. When it comes to performance anxiety, have you, men all across the board, men, and I'm going to ask all the guys on the panel. We have Dino here. He's a former boxer. We have you, you're the sports fucker. You're a sports athlete, right? Let me ask you this, though. Has there ever been a time that you have experienced performance anxiety or had difficulty, either in personal or in business? For you, Lexington, and everybody else, just in general, what was the cause and how did you overcome that?
Well, for me as a performer, you know, failure is a part of the experience. You know, I can't count on either hand or both hands the number of times that I've had failures on set over the course of my 17, what will be my 17th year coming into 2015. Um, but if you look at the percentages, I probably have a success rate in and about 98%. So the failures that can be based on a number of things, including performance anxiety, and that's something that even if you're a pro, you still can suffer from performance anxiety. I think that um, it just depends. I mean, me being a pro, I'm able to control myself in front of the camera because I've become skilled at that. I think that
Mm-hmm.
you know, as men get older, they get more comfortable and in control themselves. But in a lot of cases, performance anxiety is unavoidable or unavoidable. It's just the way it is. And I don't think that performance anxiety is something that is gender specific. I think that women can experience performance anxiety. The difference is there's no, you know, tangible, um, you know, way to tell that, you know, she's intro. Now, if she's dry as can be, there can be, but that what men don't realize, a lot of men don't realize is there something commiserate to a loss of erection, and that is a dry vagina. And so I don't think performance anxiety is gender specific, and I'm sure you ladies can, you know, would be able to communicate that you experience the same, and then perhaps maybe there is some lack of moisture in that particular area. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, my failures are documented, you know, and I can't. Yeah, it does happen. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Hmm. Okay. All right. What about you, Dino? I see you shaking your head.
Um, I can't remember the last time I had an anxiety, but um, I just wanted to say, what's up, Lexington? Um,
What's up, man? You've been
I
holding it
see
down
So,
tonight, with the ladies. I hear I'm sitting here watching you hold it down with the ladies, man.
yeah, I remember meeting you at Urban X Awards in 2010. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
no doubt,
Uh,
no doubt.
and
okay.
yeah, you know,
Stay focused
but no,
on the
I don't
question.
remember.
We ain't talking about that. Stay focused. Stay focused. No, so you haven't had the if it was recent or not. And if so, what was the cause for it?
I can't remember if I had. I mean, I don't. I mean, I think I perform well every outing that I try to give my
Okay.
110% every time. So I don't know. I can't
All right.
contest to that.
I see you on that bullshit. That's all right though. We'll move on. You know I'm gonna
Absolutely
call you on
bullshit.
bullshit. Where's my damn flag? I need
That's
my
a
damn
flag
flag.
on
Is
the
the
play
flag
if
on the
I've
play? Cause it's
ever
some
seen
bullshit.
one. Give me a fucking break.
Where's my damn flag? Somebody to jack me for my flag. Y'all just see me on the street looking for my damn flag. It's the flag on the play. But that's
You
okay. I'm
made
gonna
me
let you
start cussing.
miss me with that. Miss me with it. All right. Go ahead, Sporty. I know you had something you wanted to add. You wanted to ask.
Oh my God, thank you. You must admit I've been doing very well not over
Yes,
talking because
ma'am.
damn. So, Andre knows that I am your biggest fan in the world, and I've probably seen every single one of their movies. So I've been doing very well
Ah,
with saying a word. And Andre, I'm so on the next fight out there. And have I told you lately that I so love you, my dear friend, of well over 20 plus years. Love you. Mwah. Anyway, back to the show.
got that
So,
conditioner for you too.
I'm sorry, what?
He got some conditioner for you.
It's much more than
Wow.
2.5 milliliters. Man, what kind of guys are you guys talking about with only a tablespoon, a teaspoon?
I'm telling you, that's the average. Of course,
I
we're
know, and
not gonna
they.
argue for the. We're not. Everybody can't be the exception. Otherwise, they be the rule. We talking about the
Okay, don't
average.
talk to me about my snacks now. I don't care who you are and how long you've been in the business. Now,
Go ahead,
don't
Sporty. Ask your question. Ask your
you
question.
do. Anyway, my question is this, sir. Um, while you are participating, when you work and participate with the clientele that you have, what is it that allows you to be able to to do what it is that you do? Where is it that what makes you able to participate like that? To just sleep with these women and work like that? How do you handle that? What frame of mind are you in when you do this?
Well, it's no different than an actor um, who's a thespian. I'm an actor
Okay.
who's a sex performer. So it does take some comfortability being an exhibitionist. You have to have confidence in your sexuality, and you have to have um, an amount of appreciation for the women that you're working with, because not every woman is going to be to your particular liking. So you have to get to the point where you're able to have everything square between your ears, because having that's the first place that you got to master if you want to become a performer. And I think that holds true in any sexual um, situation. Is you have to have the mentals down correctly. One of the first things I learned is how to focus as a sex performer. The level of focus that you have to have is something that you can't do without. And that was the key, was really developing a strong level of focus. And also, forgetting a bad scene. If you've had a bad day at the office, you got to be able to have the confidence to come back the next scene and be prepared to do a good job. So it's really like I said, I always draw the illustration of it being like a pro athlete, because what we do, while maybe not performed in front of thousands, but millions will see exactly what you've done because the stuff is captured for perpetuity. So you have to look at it like someone who's willing to perform their occupation in front of people. And you want to be good enough that people will pay you and compensate you for the ability to watch you do what you do.
Okay.
And how do you also um, comfort or help a woman deal with and accommodate your size?
Well, I think that my size only becomes an issue at first glance, and the reason why I say that is if you are a skillful sex performer, if you're a skillful sex guy, a swordsman, if you will, then the woman is not going to be, damaged or hurt by your size. If I don't know what I'm doing, yes, I can cause pain and there would be damage.
Right.
But I've had size my whole life, so by the time I got to doing porno, I knew precisely how to execute well. I mean, I don't know how else to put it.
My question to you, and then we have a bunch of questions that are coming in. Some for you and some for just men in general that people want to know. So maybe you can help out with this because you are a man. So why not get the answers from you? But my question is, when did you really know? Did you first get the clue, the inclination, like, I'm working with something here? When did you know that you were special?
Well, no, I would say when I got like the first time I had sex, I was with a girl that was a lot older than I was, and she commented on it, but I didn't necessarily, really take it for what it's worth. But when I got to college, and when I started having sex with a lot of different women from different areas of the country, is when there was a consistency in the reactions. So it really wasn't until my first year in college, because I was like the last of the cool guys, if you will, in my high school to have sex. I didn't have sex till May of my graduating senior year of high school. I graduated in June, and so I was like the last of the cool guys to have sex. And I was 17, she was 24. She was impressed with my size, but it wasn't until I got to school that I noticed that everyone was saying the same thing, and then my reputation began to precede me, and then I really knew that there was something. But I'd watched a lot of porno, so I only compared myself to the porno guys I watched on video. So it made sense that what I was being told coincided with what was considered large from on video.
Okay. Perfect. Some of our listeners are wanting to tell me to tell you, they just, hi. I had to tell them, you married, right?
Who?
You. Are you married?
Absolutely fucking not.
Okay, well, he's not married. Let me listen, because let me tell you something. I got 5 different devices here. I have like Twitter, I have Facebook. He said absolutely fucking not. Can you tweet that, Sporty?
Yeah.
I have all kinds of equipment around me. So I have my phone. Everybody's like tweeting me and asking me questions for you, and they're like, "Yo, tell them to holler at me." And I just need to fulfill a fantasy. Somebody said I just yelled out his name. Like, oh Lord, and my kids looked at me like, what the fuck? I need to go sit down somewhere because they looking like, why you know who Mexican Steel is, right? So I mean, I'm getting a lot of stuff. So I take that back to the person who tweeted me, who texted me and said he was married.
No,
he's not.
I've been engaged.
He said absolutely fucking not.
Yeah, I've been engaged. That was back in 2006. So no, I'm not married. No.
Okay. And then one of my sorors told me to tell you.
Soror of what?
Let's see. I'm AK. We on the phone with 2 AKs.
Yes, we are.
He got quiet.
He put up what he is.
I couldn't see. I wasn't looking at the thing. Ask him about his branding of a Make Stop Fire on his arm, and does his fraternity frown on what he does, or have they made any comments about what you do for a living?
Let me show you this. I have 5 brands. These are 2.
I know what you. I know what I've seen.
I don't know if you can see it. Well,
Trust me.
you might see the dog up on my shoulder.
See,
You probably can't see it.
This is too.
But what is my frat?
Okay.
Think about. Well, here's the thing about it.
I see you throwing your hooks up.
Yeah.
It's okay.
No,
it's okay.
with Omega.
I'm representing.
You know, we just had our Founders Day, as a matter of fact, the other day, November 17th. I've been a Q since 1991. I crossed the sands in spring of 1991, and Omega Sci-Fi has had so many prominent members in distinguishable roles throughout culture. I just so happen to represent the fraternity from the top of the food chain, as we always do, as Omega Men. I just so happen to ply my trade in adult media.
Yeah.
It just so happens that Q's run a lot of stuff, including porno.
We were good money there if we started y'all top of the food chain.
Well, there's and Deltas as well, of course.
Let's just move on. Let's just move on. Let's move on. We're doing so well. I don't want us to break up like this. All right. On the air. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Somebody said hit you. Hook up with Lexington Steel moment, right? Okay.
Hey, I might not be taking all comers, but I will take a few calls.
Exactly. We'll take your phone calls, but that's about it. You ain't getting nothing else out of this. Some of the questions, let me ask you what I asked the guys.
Yes.
I'm supposed to talk about the ladies, but since you're here, I want to ask, because they gave me a weird answer last time. What makes and I can't put the ruler down. Ever since I was showing you, I can't put the ruler down. Okay, what would you think constitutes a pretty flower on a woman, her essence? What is pretty to you? What makes it pretty?
You were saying what?
Where'd he go? Did you hear me?
Right.
Okay, I said, what makes it pretty for you?
What constitutes a pretty vagina?
Yes, absolutely.
I personally like a flowering, flowering vagina. I like hair. I'm not necessarily a guy that likes a woman who's completely shaved down there. I like what I see to represent a grown-ass woman. So I really not want to see a bald vagina.
Okay.
And I do like vaginas that were not the labia majoras, but the labia minoras flower open outside the majoras.
Okay.
If you will, sort of like.
All right.
Like in you know what I'm saying, like in that regard. So it's not like the not like the chitlins like you guys were talking about earlier.
That wasn't us. That was them talking about that shit last week. I ain't fooling with them. That was your damn boy talking about they was chitlins. He said he would even fuck Oprah and get whipped by her. He would be whipped by Oprah if she had chitlins. So I ain't even fooling with him. We got some callers. Let me go ahead and take these callers right quick, and then we go jump right on into some more questions and some more interesting things about. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, he comes in on our show all the time. We think he's crazy. He's known for talking about sporting, and he's got a lot of background noise, so he needs to get his act together. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Mr. Rocky Miller. What's up, Daddy-O? Nothing, Poppy. What's up?
No doubt.
Whatever, Rocky.
One swordsman to another. Oh, jeez.
That's what's
Y'all
up.
wear me
Yeah.
out. I can't. Do you find that happen a lot? Do you get a lot of big ups from dudes?
Well, yeah, and it's not. if you understand that there's no homo, it's nothing like that. It's the same difference is it's no different than if a guy meets Michael Jordan or we regard the regard is the same as how we regard our pro athletes as our as fans of our athletes. I mean, if I got a chance to meet Michael Jordan, that would probably be one of the greatest days of my life, as well as by the same token, the greatest day of my life was the day I met Dr. Cornel West. That was the greatest moment of my life was meeting Dr. Cornel West. So it really isn't a matter of, it's not a matter of there being an issue. It's just, hey, thank you for appreciating my work. Nah. Most real men have no problem offering up props to a man they respect and appreciate. It's not really a deference thing. It's just an appreciation thing, and that appreciation should indeed be returned.
Indeed. I'm a steak knife, so hey, what's up?
No doubt.
All right, hang on there for a second, Rocky. We got a caller in for Lex. Give me just one moment. Robin's calling out of my hometown, Chi-Town. What's up, Robin? You got something you want to ask Lexington Steel tonight?
All right.
Thank you. I'm great. Well, there's nothing. There's no hurdles, sleep over. There are no speed bumps between emotion and sex with a person I'm personally involved with. If it's something that is production related, there is no emotions that come into play because it's a workplace environment. I'm there to make a commercial product. So what the consumer makes a mistake in the thought that the performers are emotionally connected with the person they are working with, and that's the distinction that most people really need to get a grip on. Is that there's no connection between porno and sex, or porno and love. What you see on video is the creation of a commercial product which is used to facilitate people's masturbation. It's not a love story. See what I'm saying? So when it comes to my personal life, I don't bring my work home with me. If I meet someone on set that I like and I like them personally, then I might see them off camera. But there's never been a problem. And discerning between production and personal is very, very easy when you fully realize, you're made to realize that the chicks that I'm working with, and I said this earlier, the girls that we're working with, and vice versa, we are not there because we necessarily like a particular person. We're there because this is what we do as a job, and it's.
Hell, when the music have a KiKi after this, I done cut these broads off. So I mean, I'm just kidding, but we get it. You know, it's a level of it's like I ain't fucking with these hoes no more.
No,
but no, it's a level of professionalism. You clock out. You clock out.
Wait, what happened?
Just like anybody else. Thank you, Robin. Appreciate you, Mama.
Oh, no doubt.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right. Here's some other questions that came in to you guys. They wanted to know if any of you guys would be interested in getting a Prince Albert. I was gonna bring it up later, but they asked the question.
There's nobody sticking a fucking piercing my dick. No way, that is not
It's a
happening.
piercing.
Hey, you know what?
Okay.
I know one dude that had that done, and I could not do that personally.
Okay.
And
What about you, Rocky?
She said you want to get one of them Prince Alberts.
Would you get one of them, Jones?
Gonna put an earring in your dick.
Yeah, you're piercing your pee-pee parts.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Hmm.
Well, there's two things at play. First, the number of men necessary in movies pales in comparison to the number of women. So it's far more competitive to be a female in this industry. If you're a guy in the industry, once you're in, you're like a made man. So what happens is a made man will be, his career will have a longer trajectory, and with that increased trajectory becomes increased notoriety and popularity. So you'll have a guy that will become considered a star because he's been around for 3, 4, 5 years, while most women never get to 3 years. So if you're a regular guy and you've been around 5 years, you become regarded as a star just by tenure alone. The attrition rate amongst women is exponentially greater than what it is for guys. I don't have to worry about the next big dick brother that's coming in to take my job. I've seen many of them come. I've seen many of them fail. See what I'm saying? So it's really a case of attrition for women, the ability to attain tenure as a guy, and that's how most guys become stars, because of their sustainability. Now, wait, let me finish. Second to that, and equally important, is the increase in popularity of interracial sex. So with the increase of interracial production, that's not only black on black, all ethnic, but now you have interracial. So black male performers are actually a integral part of two facets of adult media: black on black, or all ethnic and interracial.
Ask a question, because I have a question from a listener, Rocky. Go ahead. And I need y'all to keep it quick because we run out of time.
No. The men that have become stars have become stars because they would have become stars in any environment.
All right. Here's a question that came in for you guys, for you, Lex. Lexington, they wanted to know, does size matter? Meaning, does the size of a woman, her to dating life in your personal life?
Well, in my personal life, yes. In my professional life, no. In my professional life, I pretty much, have a brand that I stick to and adhere to, and that's predicated on the types of women I shoot. But in my personal life, I don't particularly like petite women. So if there's anything that I'm particular about is that the women are of a particular size, not of a particular petiteness. I option for, put it like this. I'm more Serena Williams than Rihanna, so to speak. See what I'm saying?
Got it.
Yeah,
You want
I'm
some meat
big
on the
time
bones.
Serena
You want some
Williams.
curves. You want some curves.
I want a woman that when I'm with her, I feel a woman and I'm not feeling a girl.
You know what? You sound. I know exactly what you said. That's why I don't date short men. I don't date short men.
I mean, she can be short.
Same reason.
No, a woman can be short, but I'm saying she's got to be.
Saying, no, I'm making the parallel. When you're with a woman, you want to feel like you're with a woman. It's like that's a woman, the softness, the curves, all of that. Yeah. And that's how I feel about short men. I need to, if I'm looking at you eye to eye, and I feel like I could take you if I want to punk you. No, I don't want to be with a petite. I don't want to be with a petite dude. I don't want to be with a petite dude either, because then you remind me of a chick. So, and I'm not interested in women in that way. So I need a man that looks like a man, feels like a man, got some meat on his bones. It's like, yo, yeah. Like if I look at him and he look at me and I walk away. So I totally get that. You know, more questions that have come in for you guys. Many times, and everybody can answer. All the guys can answer. How many times in one session, and we'll start with Lex, then we'll go to Andre. Oh, okay, go ahead, Andre.
No way. In one session? I've done a marathon session. I've had some marathon sessions.
What about you? What about you?
Who, me?
Yes. I don't mean professional life. We talking about personally at this point, because I know his body of work. I know what he can do at work, and I understand that there's cut and take and take one, take two. I get all of that, but we're talking about him.
No, in my first life, 9 times.
Okay.
9.
Okay.
But it was a marathon.
What about you, Dina?
Wait. It's a marathon session, but by about the 6th or 7th orgasm, there was no semen left, but I still was having legitimate orgasms.
About 5 or 6. Yep.
Right. Hello.
Oh, I love it.
You just nasty. Rocky, you need serious help. And he gonna break it.
Yeah. Does a black man dance? Yes. I mean, no, yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah.
We get that, but these are things that people ask. They want to know. I asked you earlier about your damn whether you were circumcised. So I don't have any problems with asking questions. So I mean, if the people here, want to know these things, and this is what we gonna ask.
Well, I would say that, so, something like that, I'm really no different than anybody else. Maybe I might masturbate less often than I would if I didn't have, if I wasn't in, maybe I might have a movie that we're making, or maybe I'm involved with a girl in which we're active more regularly, and if I'm not, then I might enjoy, as a matter of fact, sometimes when maybe I'm casting for a movie, I may go online to have a preemptive look at the girl I'm going to be shooting with, and I may choose to, see whether or not she is appealing to me in a certain way, and
Okay.
and
Did you say pregame warm up for real?
yes, oh yeah. I mean, I told Andre I had to do something
Okay.
the other day, which is funny as shit, but
What you teaching Andre?
Share. Tell us. Share with the class.
well, we had
We're family here.
we had a production for one of my movies, and the scene of the media got damaged in the hard drive, and so we had to have a recovery done, and the technicians recovered all the scene except the pop shot. So I literally had to go back to set. The two girls had to come back on set, get all dressed up the way they were at the end of the scene, just for me to relieve myself on their face again. So in preparation for that, I couldn't just show up on set and literally blow a sizable load on them. So you have to have some preparation for your body to manufacture quantities of semen for ejaculation. So I preemptively brought myself to near orgasm prior to leaving my house, such that the manufacture of semen was already rolling. So by the time I got to the set, there was no time needed, whereas my body had already manufactured an ejaculation load, and I was ready to deliver such within moments. And so these are things that make you professional versus making other people amateur. But jerking off is jerking off is jerking off. It doesn't change.
Okay.
Whether I'm doing it on camera or doing it in my office. Don't touch my keyboard.
I wouldn't. Thanks for the heads up, though. Appreciate that. I have a question, guys. Another question came in.
I'm just
Another
joking.
question came in.
I do clean
Hey, that's
my
all right.
keyboard.
They want to know if are you guys into what are your thoughts on foreplay, and we talked about rim jobs and all that stuff when it pertains to women last week. So they want to know, since we asked you guys, y'all told us, we told y'all last week, we want to know what y'all think about this week.
About a rim job?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Receiving.
Yes.
No.
Dino.
She can lick it all day. She can lick half fun. Enjoy.
Rocky. Of course, he said that she.
It's awesome.
Well, yeah, foreplay is good. I mean, with foreplay, there's so many different things you can do that it's always a good thing, and it's always a good thing to make sure that both people, or however many people are involved, everybody's warmed up, And there's a lot of stuff you can do with foreplay. I mean, people can literally play and have a good time. With the rim job thing, I gotta, say that that's not my particular thing. I don't want a girl sticking your tongue there. I say I have a particular thing against. I mean, I'm very clean. I'm quite hygienic. Hygiene is very important to me, but I still know what came out of there. So if you want to stick your hey yo, and there's one thing that's not, one thing that ain't gonna happen if you want to do a rim job, we ain't kissing. I did that one time, only once. I liked her a lot. She was from Chicago too. Oh, I mean, I liked her a lot, enough that it didn't matter. And she had one of those vulvas that I liked too. Yeah.
Thing not your deal, a rim job thing. What is your deal? What would you say is your deal?
For a girl to do to me?
Yeah.
You know what I've gotten into? I've gotten into, not teabagging, so to speak, because teabagging, the girl's kind of just playing with it. Now, I want you to suck my ball sack. See what I'm saying? It might be one ball, it might be both. I want you to simultaneously, I want you to act. It turns me on that I know that you know that my testicles are moving freely on your tongue. And that's something that's developed only over the last couple of years, where I've gotten into my, so most people will notice.
You want us to know. You want us to know that you know that we know that our tongue is on
that my nuts. Those are, you have both of my DNA signature manufacturing
that is classic.
On your tonsils. Now, I want you to know
that's hilarious.
That my surname is in your throat. I mean, literally, not my dick, but my nuts. That and it's the vulnerability of knowing that one could ruin my family lineage for generations to come.
I get it. I get it. It's precious cargo. It's precious cargo. Question: since you talked about that, what are you guys' thoughts? What are you guys' thoughts on this whole the anal thing? And here's the question that came in. What is the physical difference that you feel between vaginal penetration and anal penetration? What is that difference? Because I asked the guys last week if they could tell me using their descriptive words what being inserted in a vagina feels like, and they had difficulty expressing that. So can you tell me what the
she can put her tongue
after
on
a little prodding, I finally got them to give me an answer, which is why I said don't interrupt me. Right? So after a little prodding, they were able to give me an answer for you. What is the difference in that feeling between vaginal and anal penetration? And then can you tell us what it feels like, if you could describe what it feels like to be inside a vagina? What does it feel like to you?
All right. The literal difference, in my opinion, is that you immediately recognize that one canal is purposefully built to receive your penis. The other canal is not meant to receive a penis. That's the first thing you recognize. The next thing is, how does it feel? Now, how it feels, anal sex feels foreign, number one. It feels tighter. Number three, it is drier because it's non-lubricating. Number four, because of the tightness, the reaction of your partner is going to be much more demonstrative, because her receiving you in her ass, regardless of how much anal she's done, it will always be a foreign object put into somewhere where it was not meant to be. Now, I can't speak from being on the receiving end of anal. I'm just one that delivers anals. So I can't tell you what my dick feels like in another woman's ass, but I know that their ass can feel good, but absolutely. Let me tell you something. God made two things perfect. He made the earth and all that's in it, and then pussy. I mean, it's the vagina is God's greatest gift, certainly beyond marijuana. You know,
That's hilarious. With, let me ask you this though. So if you could describe what it feels like when you're inside a vagina, use like you can use an analogy if you want.
Mhm.
Can you tell us what it feels like?
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, there's many different types of vaginas. I mean, there's your cavernous type where there literally is a lack for structure inside it, a literal walllessness about certain vagina. And when you're into a vagina that is without walls, most skinny women have very cavernous vaginal canals, and there's really lack of flesh squeezing upon the vaginal canal, so it feels like it's nebulous. And that's coming from a guy that has size like my own. If I can feel that pussy is nebulous, trust me, it's nebulous. Then
Yeah, with 7 inches in girth, I think so. Go ahead.
then there's other pussy that feels like a tropical rainforest, where it's the notion imagine if you were wading in a tub of warm jelly, grape Concord jelly to be exact. And, and you know what I'm saying? That's what good pussy is like. Wading in a tub of warm jelly.
Okay.
And if it's
right.
good, you can have a lick, which I've been known to do.
All right. Hey, see, you gave me something descriptive, something I could like wrap my brain around, because again, I don't have a penis, so I don't know what it feels like to a man. Just like you can't tell me what anal feels like to a woman, I don't know what it feels like to a man for that insertion. So thank you.
I can tell you, anal has a distinct feeling as well, because with pussy has parameters. Whereas you get about 7 inches in, you actually begin to get to the cervical area, and you can either push through that into the uterus, and it actually feels like you're entering a different chamber. That usually happens between 7 and 8 inches. Above 8 into the 9, 10, 11 inches in, you're literally in the cervix. But if you're in the anus, it's different, because when you're entering the anus, it's tight, but it's never ending. So I can literally bottom out with reckless abandon when penetrating anally, because there's no bottom.
You can't bottom out with reckless abandon.
I cannot bottom out in anal.
No, you cannot bottom out with reckless abandon. That just made my damn head hurt. All right. No. I'm with you. I was with you until you said I was with you. I was going on that journey. I'm getting text messages. Hold on, guys. Getting text messages and messages that I need to get to you. One of them said, "Oh, I love his vagina description." Then we have, "Now you know that's stupid." Right. Then I'm getting, "Oh my goodness, he's using real words." I guess they think you're an idiot because you do porn. Right. That you wouldn't know. Someone else asked me to tell what nebulous meant. I'm looking at all these tweets and these inbox messages that I'm getting, and I'm looking at Facebook and all these other places as well, because they're acting crazy. They act like they ain't never had company before around here. All right. Last question. We have a letter that we do, and someone actually writes in and they ask us for advice. And I want to see, in case you didn't know this about me, Lex, I'm an actual relationship coach, and I do a lot of coaching in relationships and sex and dating and stuff. And so I usually give my opinion last. I'm going to read the letter, and I would love to get your opinion on it. All right. So, guys, we're about to go into, this is going to be insane, and it couldn't be more appropriate. So I hope she's listening right now, hearing this live, because this one it's so apropos that you would be the one answering this question. Oh my God, I love the way the universe intercedes on my behalf. Sometimes it just seems unfair. As I get ready to do that, my daggone system just shut down on me yet again. I think it hates me today. So I'm gonna ask my producer to do me a favor and play the the disclaimer Ask PDA for me, so I can move on about the cabin. They said we wilding out. It's like y'all wilding out. It sounds like a good show. You guys are looking. I'm looking forward to listening to the archives. There are a lot of people doing a whole lot of stuff. They're coming in on the tail end because somebody keeps tweeting about you on air. So
I tweet they blowing up my Twitter and like 42
yeah,
minutes.
they are asking. That's okay. Here we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, today's Ask PDA letter is being brought to you by our producer's drink of the week, Lucky Devil. If you haven't had a chance to check out this science experiment, you want to go to our Facebook wall at facebook.com/devilsadvocate. Check out the recipe. Let her know what you think. And here we go. To our letter writer, I'm going to give the reins over to Mr. Lexington Steele after I read your letter. Dear PDA, I've been dating this great guy for 3 months, and I really like him a lot. We both have children from previous relationships. Mine are teenagers, and his are preteens. And from what I can see, he's a great father. He's hardworking and thoughtful, and he's even respected my implementation of the 90-day rule. Never has he tried to disrespect my choice or push the issue because he says he's in no rush and doesn't want sex to get in the way of us really getting to know each other. Here's the situation. 3 weeks ago, we went on a weekend getaway to commemorate our 90 days together. And of course, it came time to do the do. He was romantic, thoughtful, and super skilled at pleasing me orally. The problem is, when it came time for us to actually do it, we couldn't. He was just too damn big. When I say big, I mean big, both in length and in girth. Now, I know there are many women who say that that is not a problem, but it's a huge problem for me, pun intended. He was really apologetic and expressed that this is not the first time that this has happened to him. Okay, somebody I need to mute because they're doing way too much. It's not the first time it has happened to him, and he's sorry he didn't warn me ahead of time. Who? I don't know who what the hell is, what the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? What in the hell is going on? My producer's drinking. I swear to God, my producer is drinking. I don't know what the hell she's doing. Chan, what the hell are you doing? I don't know what she's talking about. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is. I can't even. When is it my birthday? My birthday's in January. I apologize for that, guys. I don't know what my producer is over there doing. I think she's been drinking a little too much, so I apologize. Here we go, picking it back up. He was really apologetic and expressed that this is not the first time this has happened to him, and he's sorry he didn't warn me ahead of time. Since then, we've had to try it several times to no avail. I really like this guy a lot, and I don't want this to become an issue that could break us up down the line. Is there anything that I can do to get it where I can take him? Signed, too much to handle.
All right. First and foremost, I would advise her to make sure there's always lubrication around, and you don't necessarily have to have the lube that you would buy in a Walgreens or a CVS or a Rite Aid. There's many things you can use that are healthy enough to use as lubes, whether it's olive oil, which is one of the oldest forms of lubrication, whether it's coconut oil, not baby oil, but coconut oil can also be used as lubrication. Obviously, saliva as well. Secondly, make sure that there is she needs to make sure they do engage in a proper amount of foreplay, so that her vagina lubricates and also dilates in preparation for reception. Thirdly, she needs to engage penetration before he's fully erect. So instead of going for their normal time of foreplay, which may say if they say that their foreplay is anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes before initial penetration, well, maybe cut that initial foreplay to 10 minutes. That way, you're possibly engaging penetration, sooner than if he's fully aroused. So if you engage that penetration without him being fully aroused, yet erect enough for penetration, then once you do gain penetration and comfortability, then he can allow himself to become fully erect, and she will be able to receive him at a pace that normal sex is executed at.
There it is, given from a pro. The only other thing that I would say, Lex, is that quite possibly, even though you're using all the lube and you're trying to have entry before he's fully erect, is another thing that you can do is you can do little dilation exercises. You can use toys. I know a lot of people are not interested in toys, but you can use dilation exercises with those different toys. That will actually start to open you, a little bit more and more and more. But there's also another thing. If you're really extreme, I don't know how far, I don't know where your kink meter go. But I like to give all the things that we can put out there on the table, and I'll let you follow up, Lex. Is that there are certain things such as to help. I don't really want to say this to you, but I will. If you go to your sex store, they have speculums there. You can use that. You can help get it open, do whatever it is that you need to do.
No.
I wouldn't do. Hold on. Let me finish. Hold on. Let me finish. I don't recommend it. I wouldn't do it. Some people do. That's always an option. There are plenty of things that you can do. But I will say, overall, I will defer to Laxenson's suggestion because, again, he's the man with 11 and a half. I mean, 11 and the 7. He's 11 by 7, so defer to him. I'm sorry?
Okay, you definitely don't want to. I think the introduction of a speculum would eradicate a key element to fantastic sex, and that is spontaneity. So if I know that we're going to have sex and I got to go grab the thing and put it in you and crank it open, next thing you know, I'm not going to have a hard on because it's going to be like,
That's it. I get that.
Okay, so
there's an aspect to that. I get that. Hang on. I get that, but there's another aspect to this. Their entire thing is not spontaneous. They can't be spontaneous yet. She can't get, you know what I mean? She doesn't have the ability to just let him roll up and slide in. They don't have that. They got prep time.
This is what she can do, because there's in terms of penetrating before he's fully erect, that can be different for a man to do independently. If you're getting a hard on, ideally you're getting a hard on and it's happening. You know what I'm saying? But what she can do is she can actually take him by the base, and with her, what would either be, I guess, her thumb, she could apply pressure at the base of his penis on the bottom, right above where his ball sack begins, and his shaft begins, and his ball sack at the top of his ball sack at the bottom of the shaft. She can apply pressure with her thumb and pressing on the top, and that way she can control the blood flow into the penis, making sure that it doesn't achieve its fullest, strongest erection, and she's in control of it. Now, with the penis in that particular grasp, then with proper lubrication, she can initiate penetration. And once she feels a comfort level with that not fully erect penis, she can assume the comfortability level that she needs. And when she feels comfortable enough, she can begin to lessen the grip, letting more blood flow occur, to fully going no hands, mom. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And and then his erection will go to fruition.
All right.
But it would
Listen,
allow
we
them
only
to
got a
have
couple bit. We
penetration
only got a couple
without.
minutes left.
Yeah.
I apologize, baby. We only got a couple minutes left, so we got to wrap these things up. But I do want to let you know, someone just sent in a message and they said, "Wait a minute, who the fuck is that on the line?" And this is a quote. "Who the fuck is that on the line? He sounds like he's some type of professional." And then someone else responded to the thread and said, nigga, that's Lexington Steel. Google him, right?" And then they was like, "Oh, hell no." They said, "Hell no, I know who the fuck he is. I am a fan of his work."
No
But it's
doubt.
like,
No
God
doubt.
damn it, damn me for coming in late. So there it is. There's like,
Yeah. Oh no. Appreciate. I mean, thank you for having me on. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Well, okay. Essentially, you can follow me on Twitter at LexSteel11, LEXSCEELE 11. Instagram is Lexington.steel. My website is www.lexingtonsteel.com. And then every Monday night, you can catch me on the Lexington Steel live show on latalkradio.com video channel. That's every Monday night, 8 to 9 p.m. Pacific. Also, we have a sports show called Fourth and Goal Sports Talk, which airs on Ustream every Tuesday night from 7 p.m. Pacific to 9 p.m. Pacific on Tuesday night. So that's 2 nights a week that you got your man Lex Steele in the house, online television. And then we are introducing another show, which will be called The Man Cave, featuring Andre Lavelle, Johnny Depp, and myself, Lex Steele, which will be a social, political, economic discussion, and that will be some pretty hot stuff for online television.
all right. Well, this, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it there, and thank you so much, Andre. You guys, we appreciate you so much for bringing him. You did good with the surprise. I appreciate that. I'll let you off the hook. You can come back. You haven't been banned. Uh, Dino, all right. Good luck on the movie you're working on, and thank you. And guys. Thank you guys so much for being so honest and candid and open and sharing the benefit of your business with us. We appreciate it. We are family. And next week we're going to wrap this whole series up, and we're going to talk about some of the things that we didn't get a chance to cover, like Dino talking about he learned about golden showers from his dad. Go figure. All right, I am tired. I am out the door. I can't do no more. On behalf of our producer, Cousin Chan, Dino Wells, Incredible Invisible Intern, Sporty Spunky Angel, Andre Lavelle, Lexington Steele, and myself, the consummate provocateur, Miss Kiki. Thank you so much. If there's anything else they need to know about us, what do they need to do?
Google it.
That's right. Google us, bitches. I'm out. Y'all ready to have a Kiki?
Yeah, let's have a Kiki.
I'm ready to have a Kiki too. So
I definitely
let's
want a
do
Kiki.
it. Post your number in the thing and tell me all about it.